Good morning. Actually, it is 12 o'clock. So good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Okay, I'm here with another recipe today, and I just finished my yoga practice. So I wanted to show you a really quick and simple recipe that you can create for yourself when you want to get a raw vegan or just a raw recipe or meal into your eating plan without having to cook anything, and you can actually prepare this a day in advance. So I'm just going to wait for a couple people to jump on, and then I will jump into the recipe. This is something actually I can have for lunch or breakfast or even dinner if I want. It is a overnight oatmeal. So I'm excited about this because I love oatmeal and I like quick and easy recipes. Now I do eat cooked foods because the warmer weather, the colder weather is coming. So you're gonna need something that's gonna warm the bones, so to speak, and you want something filling and satisfying. Well, this can be made cold, or you can also heat it up just a little bit. But if you want something really nutritious and you want to maintain all of the nutrients without killing them through the heating process, this is a great recipe. Okay, so I'm gonna get started right now with this wonderful overnight oatmeal recipe. And you can actually make it right in a jar. But I'm just gonna show you some of the ingredients that I use. And this is a fully customizable recipe that you can use anytime. You can throw raisins or nuts. I love oatmeal because it's so versatile, but because it's an overnight oatmeal, you have to prepare it in advance. And since I just finished my yoga practice, I won't be able to eat this particular item until tomorrow, but I have something in the refrigerator. I made a green smoothie. I'm gonna have that today. So I'm just gonna run you through some of the ingredients that I put in my overnight oatmeal. I'm just gonna walk you through a little bit of it. So can you all see that? Okay, great. Now, this is the way I set up when I do my classes sometimes. I just write everything right on the paper just to make it easy so everyone can see what's in it. So right now I'm gonna start with a half a cup of gluten-free oats. So these are the really lighter oats. Now you're not gonna be able to use the steel cut oats because they're more grainy and they do require a cooking process. But this is a half a cup of gluten-free oats. And as you can see, it has 5 grams of fiber, 5 grams of protein. Yes, that word. We're always trying to figure out where to get protein from with plant-based living, and 27 grams of carbs. Now, you may say 27 grams of carbs is high. Yeah, it could be considered high, but when you're maintaining a plant-based diet, you really need energy. So this is where your energy is coming from, the carbs. And so that's why people typically eat oatmeal in the morning, because it gives them a boost of energy, especially right before or right after a workout. Okay, so to that, we're going to add 2 tablespoons of almond butter. I like the crunchy kind, so this has almonds chopped in it. And this is 2 tablespoons. It has 7 grams of fat. No, I'm sorry, so I'm reading the wrong one. 17 grams of fat, 3 grams of fiber, and 7 grams of protein. So already you got 7 and you got 5, so you've already got 12 grams of protein. You already gotten off to a great start, and 3 grams of fiber. So that's already 8 grams of fiber to keep your body going. Okay, so now we're going to get into the flax seed. Now this is a great product that you can use. These are actually lightly roasted, and if you don't like the whole flax seeds, you can actually put them into like a spice grinder, like this one. I don't know if you can see it. It's a spice or coffee grinder, and grind it up so it's more like a meal as opposed to the whole seeds. But yes, this is 1 tablespoon of flax seeds. This is excellent for the digestive system. It is great. It is great for the digestive system. And if you're having issues with either IBS, or you are not used to having regular bowel movements, this is a great way to get a fiber source into your body that the body understands and recognizes and can use. So this is 1 tablespoon, 7 grams of fat, 4 grams of carbs, 4 grams of fiber. There we go, fiber. So already we have 4 grams of fiber here. and then 5, that's 9, and then 3, that's 12 grams of fiber already. So that'll get your body going, and 4 grams of protein. That's that P word again. So now we have 7, 4, and 5 grams of protein. Someone do the math and post it below. So you already are off to a really great start with regard to your nutrient intake. Okay, so to that, I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of cacao powder. This is raw cacao powder. It's different from the baker's chocolate that you usually get in the grocery store. This is raw. It has been unprocessed and is unfiltered. Okay, so my light just went out. I'm not sure why it went out, but it just went out. So anyway, 1 teaspoon of cocoa powder. And then we're going to add to that, we're going to blend in some cacao nibs. So these come from the same sources. I just like mine chocolatey. You can leave it out, and you can also add some vegan coconut chips if you want. I just like mine chocolatey, so I'm going to actually mix those in. So those are cacao nibs. They're raw, unprocessed. So that's a great way to get that, to get that chocolate fix. So I'm also going to add to that a banana. Now you may think this banana is looking real sad. Well, this is the way I eat bananas. You know why? Because bananas are best when the skin has turned dark or when they start spotting. Now, if it gets darker than this, normally what I would do is put it in the freezer and keep it for a smoothie. But this is perfect for eating because it's sweeter and it's ripe. Ripe fruit is best eaten when it is fully ripe. It's much sweeter, it's better for the body, and it's less acidic, especially bananas. So if you're used to eating those bananas where it's mostly yellow with the green tips that you normally get, at the corner store, or sometimes when they have office parties or whatever, they usually bring the green tip bananas because they just look more eye appealing. But honestly, these are more nutritious. These are less acidic, and they're less acidic because they're less starchy. The greener they are, the starchier they are. And now these are more alkaline, and the body knows what to do with it. And it's much sweeter. So I'm gonna actually slice that up. And then I have a leftover apple from my smoothie. So I'm gonna chop this up. And the beautiful part about adding an apple to your smoothie is that as it sits overnight, and what happens is the oatmeal will pull out the natural juices in the apple, and so it'll sweeten it as if you put apple juice in it. That's why I absolutely love putting apples in my overnight oatmeal. Okay, so now we're just gonna put everything in this jar. I'm gonna lift it up just a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so now I'm gonna put all the oats in the jar. See if I can do this without losing any of it. So all my oats go in first. I usually like to put that at the bottom, all the dry stuff at the bottom. We'll start that way. Okay, this is again a 1/2 cup of oats, a great protein source, a great way to get in a lot of energy, protein at the beginning of the day. Now I'm going to put in my flax seeds. Flax seeds go in. Flax is great for the digestive system. You want to have some type of flax seed product every day in your smoothie if you're having digestive issues, if you're not accustomed to having a bowel movement every day or deal with like constipation like most Americans do because we eat a lot of processed food. You want to get something like flax into your system. Okay, so now I'm going to add, because I like chocolate and you can totally leave it out, I'm going to add the raw cacao powder. So that's 1 teaspoon of cacao powder. I'm going to put in my cacao nibs, just a little bit of these raw cacao nibs. So that's 1 teaspoon, because I like mine really chocolatey. Okay, so now I'm going to add the chunky almond butter. That's going to give it an awesome flavor. And the reason I like to put it in the jar is because it's going to expand. It doesn't look like a lot, but once you put your almond milk in, your alternate milk in, and it soaks it up, it's going to expand. So you're going to get almost twice as much. So I'm just getting the almond butter off of this tray. Okay, it goes right in. Okay, and so now I'm just going to slice up my banana really quickly and get this in. And again, you want your banana ripe. You'll know it's ripe because the skin starts to turn dark. and it's better for the body because it's not as acidic and it's not as starchy as the green tip bananas. Yeah, you want it at this where the skins are starting to spot. When they start to spot and speckle, they're ready to eat, and they're so much sweeter. You get more enjoyment out of it because they're, and you'll taste the difference too. But if they get too dark, don't throw them away. Just throw them in the freezer in a sandwich bag, and then you can have them for your smoothie or for like a vegan shake. I'm just going to cut up this apple. This apple is going to provide the juice that I need for a sweeter overnight oatmeal. So I'm just going to chop this. Okay. Let me get rid of this core. And I save my apple cores for my juice. When I want to make a juice, I just save the core. Okay, so now I'm going to throw all of my apples in. So now we got the oats, we got the flax seed, we got the almond butter, we got the banana, we got the chocolate, we got the apples, and the last thing we need is almond milk. You know, I make my almond milk fresh, but you can get the conventional kind in the store. I like to get, if I buy almond milk, I like to get the unsweetened kind. That way, you don't have the added sugars, and you can always add whatever sweetener. Speaking of sweeteners, I forgot one thing. Now, this is where you can customize and make it your own. It'll be sweet enough, because sometimes I just allow the juices from the apples to sweeten the oatmeal, but you can add stevia. I'll add a pinch of stevia because that's what I'm doing, or you can add maple syrup. And you can also add, I don't know if you've ever tried monk fruit sweetener, but this is on the low glycemic index. This is great. This is dehydrated from the monk fruit, and it's very, very good for your body. And it's a little more expensive, but if you want an alternative to white sugar, you want something that you can use in your baking products or just regular recipes, it's granulated. So it works and performs just like regular sugar, but it's from, let me just show it to you, it's from the monk fruit, see? So I like to use that sometimes in my vegan cakes and pies, but for today, I'm going to put, and you know you don't need a lot of stevia, just need a pinch. So I'm going to put a little bit in, not that I need it, because it's going to be sweetened from the bananas and the apples. And then I'm going to pour in my, about a half cup. So that should be enough. And then I'm just going to stir this around. Stir everything up. I think I'm going to add, I think I need a longer spoon, but that's okay. So I'm going to mix all this up, and I'm actually going to add some more milk because I got a feeling it's going to get really thick, and I don't like thick oatmeal. Okay, so just mix all of that up. And this is a chocolatey, wonderful chocolatey overnight oatmeal. Let me see if you can see this. This is so delicious. And so that's gonna sit for about 6 hours if you wanted to have it tonight. But if you really want it to really soak in and let all the flavors marry, you're going to put a lid on it. And you're gonna let this sit in the refrigerator. I'm gonna shake it a little bit, make sure all the oats are mixed up overnight. And this is going to be the best breakfast that you have ever had in your life. This recipe is also in Feed, Living Food Recipes to be made and eaten with love. It was on sale for $5.53, so that was almost 75% off. But it's I still have it on sale, but now it's $10.99. So if you still want to get it, go to chefreginacooks.com. You can still order it. If you have a copy, order one for a friend. Christmas is coming. And one other thing about this overnight oatmeal, you can actually take all of these ingredients, put them in a blender, blend it, and it's an oatmeal smoothie. Sometimes I like smoothies, but sometimes I just like to utilize my teeth and the digestive system. You know, the digestive system starts in the mouth. I like to get that operating by chewing and actually eating and swallowing and allow the body to utilize the food normally, as opposed to putting a lot of blended foods or liquid foods into my body. So this is a great raw recipe. It's chocolatey, it's delicious, it is filling. It's great when you want a little bit before working out, or if you're going to exert some energy because it has the high carbs from the gluten-free oats. Or after your workout when you need replenishing and you just need something filling on your stomach to get you going. This will get you going and full. It'll keep you full and satiated until your next meal. Again, this recipe is in your copy of Feed if you have it, and if you don't, it's $10.99 on sale now at chefreginacooks.com. And don't forget, I'm still offering 15-minute one-on-one consultations if you have any questions regarding how to implement plant-based eating in your existing meal plan. Okay, so thanks for tuning in, and I will see you on the next video. Take care.